Hey, what's up, guys? Matt here. So I'm going to be competing in race season 11 for Path of Exile um, over the Diablo 3 season 2 ladder. Um, it didn't take much debate to figure that choice out in general, but I digress. So the race season starts in 2.5 hours. That's when the first race is. Race season 11, the signature race, is 65-minute fixed seed unwavering. 65 minutes, the time length, fixed seed, means that the maps, the way they're generated, are always the same way. So it's always the same layout. Now, unwavering means that things can't be stunned but can't dodge. I'm not sure if that applies to me or the mobs. I don't know the specifics of that. That being said, let's look at the rewards. So, race season 11. Got Brace as a reward, All Dark Rustic Sash, Malago's Virtuosity. That's a nice one. Malachi's Artifice, which is Ziggy's Ring. This is the most important one for me. This is the alternate art Beano's Kitchen Knife. And there's the Warp Timepiece, which is the new unique as of now. Um, for me, I don't really care as much about this. I really want Beano's. I might just go for 1,000 points anyway. I'm going to be competing in all 120 race events. So, we'll see how good I do. There's 120 events. If I scored 10 points or 8 points on each one, I'm already pretty much on track for 1,000. So, and I think that I will definitely do minimum that good. It shouldn't be that difficult. My race knowledge is like here, but my Path of Exile knowledge is obviously through the roof, as this is what I do only. So I think I should be able to pretty much cobble together. I think I have a decent strategy for racing. So those are rewards. Pretty cool. Overall, I like that. I like that. That's unique. These I don't care about so much. The base isn't really enticing to me. And if I do get that, I'll probably sell it eventually. Alright, let's move on to the schedule. So this is the event schedule for racing. Races, there's different types of racing. There's the signature race, and there's descent races, which is I actually haven't done before, but I've seen them before. And you travel through a series of levels, you descent down, and you get specific rewards, and you kind of, it's very, dungeon crawly. 12-minute burst is you just have 12 minutes to get as high as you can. I'm not going to go over every single race, but ledge, as you can imagine, just on ledge. 90-minute brutal party. I'm not going to be in a party. So every race that has party, I'm going to be doing solo. And that sounds ridiculous because it is ridiculous, but I play solo, so that's what it is. But as you can see, the schedule spans out pretty far. Some days there's 3 races, some days there's 1 race. And then there's days like this where there's 8 races in a day. So it's going to be pretty rough, and it's going to be a very sporadic schedule for me. I'm basically going to be on a half hour before a race, and then a half hour after the race. If there's a large gap in time between races, such as 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., this is where I'll be sleeping, pretty much. Or if it's a gap of time like this, this is where I'll be streaming, do this, stream, and then sleep. I'll just go about my normal farming Uber sets, going to kill Uber schedule. So yeah, let's look at the build now I'm going to be doing. I have raced a little before, and the tree's changed since I raced then, but I'm going to be playing Templar, and my general strat for Templar is as such. This is the tree I implement as Templar. I prioritize damage over life because I grab these 2 effective life nodes quite early, and that pretty much rides me the way there. My rings will be coral rings, which give me 30 life. And if I'm doing bosses that have a specific elemental damage base, like Mervil to Cold or Fidelitas to Lightning, I'll swap Topaz in and Sapphires in respectively. If you're wondering why I have AoE nodes, because the spells I personally use, I'm using the Icy Frosty Icy Nova, as I like to call it, and the Glacial Cascade. Now, as both these have MTXs, microtransactions, I'll be using neither because I'm not going to buy them, as tempted as I've been using them for years. I grab the initial mana regen life node because it's efficient and a little regen helps in the beginning before I can acquire clarity. This is pretty self-explanatory. Um, Very good spell damage, cast speed. Templar's first starting areas are super value nodes, pretty much. And after it gets about here, you have pretty much I have to go here. I'm prioritizing freezing over the initial damage, solely because it's just safer, and I don't want to die, because all these races are hardcore. There's not going to be many scenarios where a tree has to extend out past this region, but if it does in almost every scenario, it makes more sense for me just to pick up these quick nodes in the surrounding compared to just wandering out to grab anything. It's just everything's so far from Templar. It's a bit of an island the way the tree's set up, and I can also pick up these if I need it, but this is not so bad. But in general, that's my tree strategy. This is for level 28. This is where it caps out. I mean, with level caps level 28 like that, that's 28 points pretty much. Assuming you get the side hairs, which I'm not going to be getting because it's a race. So that's my general strategy. It's pretty straightforward. Glacial Cascade, Novaing my way to victory. I just go about quickly crafting a +1 wand using the recipe wand or scepter. That is a magic wand or scepter, plus a sapphire ring, plus a alteration orb gets me a +1 to cold damage wand, +1 to cold spells. If it's a race that is before level 14, I use wands. If it's after level 14, I use scepters, because there is a scepter level 14, I believe it's Opal Scepter, I think, that is, gets 20% to elemental damage compared to the normal 10%. So it's advantageous in that scenario. But overall, that's what I'm going to be doing. So we'll see in a couple hours when it starts. I'll be posting every race video on my channel regardless. So I'll have a chance to go over them and talk about where I fucked up, where I didn't fuck up, why something was good and lucky, and the breakdown of everything overall. Alright, so I'll see you guys then, and take it easy.